said it 8 times, right? Get it together, champ. What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody. Good gosh. What do we got here?
Hey, guys.
How do we address you at this point, John? How do we address you?
Hey, I'm the same person. Address me as you always have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to keep it when we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday night. Yes, indeed. She's going to be joining us later, y'all. She is on a flight. So we pray for her in her flight. As she gets here to her destination, or where her destination is, safely. All right? So in the meantime, me and China about to drill y'all this evening. Yes, we are. We getting into it this evening. Yes, we are, y'all. Runa. So y'all come on in the chat and say something. Come on in. What do you do, Laura? Laura White. That's China. Moretta. What's up, Moretta? That might be Kimberly R.T. Smart. What's going on? Kylie's mom is in the house. Tanya, wish you would. Joe in the building. What's up, beautiful butterfly? Turn around. Let's get it in. Facts 100. Beautiful butterfly. There go Bella. What's up, Yvette? Jay Waters. Kimberly Ortiz. Failure. What's up, failure? There she go. Tressa. Aqua Loves Gardening. Patrice Bain in the building. Keisha Spady. Hey, Shani. Yes. Beyond blessed. Shaylo. What do you do, Shaylo? Mo. Yes. Here's Mo. Yes. In the building. Come on in here, y'all. Let's get it in. Let's do what we do. It's time. Oh boy, this internet. We're gonna get this thing started early. So we got everything going up front. I know I ain't even make it through the whole thing, right? Have to. We didn't have to. Ooh, boy. Oh my goodness, not 15 minutes ago. No. Boy, I'm gonna tell y'all. When that narc come begging back, they really come begging back. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Miraculous. You must be from DC. You already know what it is. Yes, we do. We crank. We crank go. Yes, we do. Yes, we got our own music in DC. That's what you come to DC and you get all of that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Whew. All right. How you doing, China? Everything good?
Everything's great.
Everything is great, she said. Well, all right. Got your eyes on the cameras. Uh-oh. Yes, y'all. Can I shout out my girl, Connie? Because I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, Connie. Thank you for sponsoring the show this evening. The love is appreciated. Love is felt. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready. China, you ready?
I'm ready.
It's going to have to do what it do. What's up, Sig Thong? It's going to have to do what it do. Yes, man. Ooh, wait.
Harry, what's these new numbers they putting behind people's names in the chat? What's that about?
Man, the internet, man. It's the internet. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to figure this stuff out. They probably do talk about it, in certain places that I don't look at necessarily, you know. So, whew, mm, mm, mm. I don't know, sick thumb. That sounds good, but the internet is going to be the internet. Once you try to figure it out, see, the internet shows you again how it is dealing with the narcissist. Every time you think, it leads you in a direction. And when you think, okay, that's where it's leading me, that's how it controls you. Because that's what you have. So people who do like viral videos every day, excuse me, they swing in the direction of the internet. The internet is like, okay, this is what we pushing. This is the agenda.
Mhm.
So you say this and you say that, and you saying it this way. There you go. I'm gonna reward you. And I get it. It is what it is. Listen, I'm in here with you guys because I want us all to get to the answer. You dig? I want to get to the answer. See, you listen, if you go with the flow with the internet, you're gonna get to the question. You're gonna get to the question every single day.
Yeah.
But we going for the answer because the answer is so much better. It's so much better to have the answer than the question. You know, So today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. But I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just saying, let my people see my work. That's all. That's
Yeah.
you know. I get y'all know how many people inbox me daily. Hey dog, why can't I see? Why don't I get no notifications?
No.
Nothing. I know I'm subscribed to the channel. I don't never see your videos no more, nowhere, nothing. I don't know. It's the internet. That's how it works.
Yeah. You made one the other day and I didn't get a notification and I have it on all, but then when I go in, it's silenced. I never silence any of your notifications. I get it for all the other channels, but yours, I just don't.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. And I'm saying I knew, honestly, I knew when I start talking in a certain direction, I already knew they gonna start making you disappear because I'm still on a platform, that's controlled by you don't know who, right?
Yeah.
There it is. So, I don't look at it as okay, wow, it's really falling off. Nah, that's not what it is. When you start to expose certain things, you get shut down on some platforms when you start to expose certain things. So never look at it. I never look at it like that. I really started looking at it like, wow, when it started going crazy, like it was out of control. But that's how when you get caught up in that, that's how they will control you because they put a whole lot of money behind it. But let me just say this to y'all. Everybody that you see that they sending these wonderful looking checks. Okay, let's look at what's his name? Club Shay Shay. Club Shay. What's his name? What's his name? Shay Shay.
Yeah, his name.
Name.
Jesus.
Come on. You know Shay Shay. What's Shay Shay name? Um, come on, y'all. Somebody in the chat know his Club Shay Shay football player. What's his name?
Right. Shannon Sharp.
In the shot. There you go, Shannon. Good, great. Why couldn't I think of that just now? Mm. So, thanks, Shannon. So you look at Shannon Sharp. He viral every video he does. And when he did that cat video, that joker said, "Man, I got a check bigger than the NFL ever sent me."
Mm.
And imagine how he feels right now when they when they make you a multimillionaire. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever get it twisted. Once you get on that level, you spend on that level. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. No, anybody on that level, still, well, I ain't gonna say nobody, because some of the fellas knew. Some of the people knew this ain't gonna last forever. But it gives you the impression that my 15 minutes gonna be longer than 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they will push you, and you just loving life. Like everything is wonderful, all this money coming at me, and I must be smart. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I would think that. So when somebody handing you a check like that, somebody handing you a check, they got 6 digits on it. They handing you a check every month that's 6 figures. Guys, you gonna say anything that algorithm say. You gonna say it. You're
and
going to say it. You know what I'm saying? I
and
mean,
that's
say
and
what?
that's the thing. People will sell their soul for money. They even do that in churches. They'll sell their soul for members because they want, the more members they get, the more benefits they get from the government, the more grants, and then more tithing and the more people they could con out of money. And I also wanted to say this too. I saw a video a few days ago. Quinn is retiring.
I saw that. I saw that, man. I was like, wow. Guys, I will never speak against that guy, man. Quinn was the guy that I listened to when I actually started this. When I got behind this right here, I was listening to that dude's videos like daily. Like, oh my God, it's a place on this planet that talks about this. So, and I saw that video. I was like, wow, dude, I ain't even get a chance to kick it with you, man. Yeah, no. I mean, I talked to him a few times before. I told him when I come to Texas next time, we gonna link up, we gonna hang out. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, I guess he just, he doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? I think that in this line of work, and he said it, I think he said he was on here for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
some time in. My man put some time in.
he did.
You know what I'm saying? He did. He put some time in some incredible work. And he was one of the same situations. When I first started listening, when I was listening to different people before Angie Atkins died. I was listening to her. I used to love her videos. And then I heard Quinn one day. I was like, uh-oh. This it. This dude is on it right here. This dude is, yeah, he know exactly what I'm talking about.
He brought the ghetto to it because he talk exactly how they talk, and it just had me laughing like this is so true. And he's just showing that y'all that at some point you have to move on from the narcissist, even if it means talking about it. Because a lot of people, I mean, if you keep going with this content and listening, you're prolonging your healing. And that's why I always tell y'all take a break, because sometimes this could be triggering. And I never even think about, the ex narcissist until it's showtime. And so,
Ain't that
he,
no,
yes, he's far gone.
think about it until you kind of get, hit with some memories of, like, oh my goodness, yes, I remember that part. But to me, that's what makes this work so incredible, that I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about the ex-narc like that, man. That literally is not a part of my day on any level. And it feels incredible.
Man.
And I just want everybody in this chat the same way. I want you to be right there. Just sit right here till you get it, till it click, and bang,
Yes.
you get to live your life. Because when you don't, when you pretend that nah, I'm good. I don't need this. I don't need that. You know, uh, guys, listen. Let me say this. Every now and then, I might go listen to a video. I mean, it's rare for me, but you know, I do. I'll go listen to somebody that I used to. I used to listen to Dr. Carmen, not Dr. Carmen Bryant. It was another lady named Carmen Bryant. Yeah, before the new girl that's on the internet, it's an older lady, and she speak about narcissism. I think her name is Carmen Bryant, but she was a doctor. She was in the military, and she was good. I mean, she was really good. But then, and you know, and the reason I don't talk about these people, y'all, the reason I don't talk about none of the coaches is because when I used to shout them out, man, I used to get attacked by some of them. Good God. I'd be like, wasn't I just saying nice stuff about you the other night? Lord have mercy, boy. They just as soon as I said it, yeah, Dr. Carmen Bryant, yeah, she was good. And she jumped me too, man. It was terrible, man. I was like, come on, Dr. Carmen. Much love as I showed you.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But, you know, it's the internet. And, you know, we don't know those people personally. So, you know, I don't I don't get tripped out about that, you know. Yeah, Associates Direct. Yeah, Quinn is Associates Direct. Yeah, man. Listen, y'all, trust me. For everybody that doesn't know who Quinn is, go over to Associates Direct. Man, that dude is powerful. You dig? I mean, just his whole situation, he just got a different perspective. And that's what I like. That's why Friday night is so incredible for us because you get to bounce this off of not just me. You get to bounce this off three people.
Yeah.
You get three people attacking it. So it's like, okay, you might not get it the way I said it. You might not get it the way China said it, but you may get it the way Keisha said it, or any of us. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. So it's like, yeah, you as long as you get it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
As long as you get it. That's all. You know, that's all this is about, man. As long and you know what? That's what listening to Quinn, it made me feel like that. I was thinking, like, wow, this is a community. You mean it's people that we get together and you know, kumbaya. That's what I was thinking. And then I learned not quite,
Yeah.
not quite. It wasn't quite that kind of community. But but me and Quinn cool people though. And
Yeah.
that's as far as I know. As far as I know, we good. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
because a lot of people on YouTube are cutthroat and they get, tainted by money, and then that's when they venture off into other things and start attacking other people. They lose sight of what they really were supposed to be doing because, believe it or not, there are people behind the scenes that's still after you. And
Did you say believe it or not?
and, and I've told you about a situation. So I mean, it's just so cutthroat.
They
People get in here and
listen.
they
They hating from a distance.
like I said last Friday, it's people that tried to turn me against you, and I had to cut them off because I know who's authentic and I know who's real. And there's nobody, I know you personally. It's not just we sit on here and we talk. We have had conversations. I've been to DC. I know
Now,
you.
you see y'all from a book opening, man. You know, hey, China, let me first of all apologize because that weekend was so crazy. I didn't really get a chance to show y'all around, you know, to really see DC. So I'm gonna make it up to you next time you come through. You know what I'm saying? It
You're
was just
good.
easy, man. Just like, and it's a weekend.
We
Next,
went to what is it? The Cheesecake Factory? Is that what it is we went to?
yeah, right now, right by the White House. Yeah,
And as usual, y'all, Harry-O is always late. He called me and had me to order his food.
it happens, man. It happens.
He said, I'll be a little late. Order my food. I want it like this, this, this. I'm like giving it to the lady while he on the phone. He is always late, y'all.
Oh yeah, there's no question. What's up, Cat? How you feeling out there, Cat? Yeah, man, I'm gonna be late. That's what it's gonna be. I'm on time. Something wrong. Something wrong. I'm on time. Something wrong. Or I'm excited beyond me about some, but that's just it. I've usually got so many things I'm thinking at the same time that my attention is on. Man, I ain't gonna be on time for nothing.
Nope.
But hey,
But
got an incredible show for y'all this evening, man. We're gonna peel the skin back on what is a spell and how do you break it. And we're gonna talk about that this evening because I don't know about you guys, too, but for me, speaking about stuff like this has always been like taboo. It's like, eh, I don't want to talk about that. That's scary stuff. We had bad dreams. But that's real. That's
yeah,
real. That's how we really be feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
speaking for me, y'all. I'm speaking for me. Like, nobody don't talk about no spell. How you can put a spell on somebody? What that mean? See, people will tell you that somebody done put roots on you, or they done put a spell on you, you know, but they don't tell you what it is.
Right.
You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell you, oh, somebody put roots on you. Okay, well, what's the root then? Can you tell me what a root is? and how do I deal with it? How do I get over this root? Like, come on, man. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about, and I want to start out by just breaking that down. Hold up, y'all. Hold up a second here. We got some other sponsorship in here this evening. And I just want to acknowledge the sponsorship. Thank you so much, Patrice. Bing! Sponsor this evening, Patrice. She is incredible. Yes, she is. So the other day I put a video out, guys. I was talking about being under a spell. So let's get right to that. Being under a spell, what does that look like? What does it feel like? If you dealt with a narcissist, that's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. It looks like you are totally, completely discombobulated. You can't think straight. You might not be able to eat. You might not be able to drink. You're confused. Most of all, you're confused. You think you're in a relationship, right? But you don't know if you're in a relationship, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly like that. You think you're in a relationship. You got all the signs of a relationship. Y'all live together. Y'all may be in the same place. Or y'all at least y'all have said we're in a relationship, an exclusive relationship with each other. So, we do the things that people do that are in exclusive relationships. But none of it makes sense. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't talk right. It doesn't smell right. The touch of it isn't right. So I think we're in a relationship, right? You thought you were in a relationship. You thought you were in love with the person. You were in love with the person. but you were not. But why do I think about the, and it's the main thing that y'all got to understand. Why do I think about this person all day? I can't stop thinking about this person. It's been years. I saw somebody say something on one of the videos today. Said, man, it's been 3 years. Why am I still thinking about this person every day? 3 years later, every day. Because you under a spell. You ain't in love with nobody. Love don't even work like that. Love don't even hurt like that. Nah, no, it doesn't. Love doesn't hurt like that. We got it all wrong, man. People been telling us what they want to tell us. They telling you, oh, you in love with the person. You got feelings for the person. How? How do I feel love for the person that's trying to destroy me? This person lies to me. This person is cheating on me. This person is arguing with me. This person trying to fight me. And yet I'm still, and guys, this same person is the person you still are trying to convince every single day. I love you. And I'm going to put up with all this. I'm going to show you that I love you because I'm going to put up with all this mess. Who think that's love? Who thinks that showing somebody you love them means I'm going to put up with all your mess? I'm going to take all these disrespectful insults. I'm going to just sit here and let you talk about me, talk to me, drag me up and down the block and everything else. Disrespectful, anything disrespectful, everything undermined it. And yet I'm going to show you that I can go through all of that. I can handle everything you just did to me, and I still love you.
Yep.
Where do that make sense at, everybody? It don't make sense nowhere. Nowhere on your body does it make sense. When you touch it, it don't make sense. When you smell it, it don't make sense. When you see it, it doesn't make sense. When you hear it, it doesn't make sense. So how can you make that make sense? You cannot. You cannot make it make sense. That is a spell, and you are participating in the spell. See, the part they didn't tell us was, and this is the thing, guys, y'all got to understand. We grew up in a world, and that's all of us, not some of us, that's all of us. We grew up in a world where they colored a picture. They told a vision. Yeah, y'all watched it on your television. They told a vision. They showed you what it looks like, what a spell looked like. So you thought that it had to be a wicked witch, and she got a pot, and she got that big broom, and she's stirring the pot. And you don't know what's in that pot. They never showed us what was in that pot. We just assumed it was some watery substance. And the witch say some words and some secret words, right? Because they never told us what they say. It was just some secret words over top of the pot. And we saw that in cartoons. That's why you should never let your children watch cartoons. You should never let your children watch cartoons. Because believe it or not, that's how we all think today. When you think about a devil, you think about the cartoon character. You ain't thinking about somebody that look like you. That's why it's easy to live with a devil. And you in hell, you got every symptom of being in hell. You walk in your house, it is absolute mayhem, total chaos, yes. No respect, no respect. Somebody who talk to you any kind of way, spit in your face, talk to you, fight you, bite you, steal from you, cheat on you, lie to you. And we call that a relationship? You got to be either you totally crazy or you are under a spell and you don't know it.
But
and while you under the spell, you sitting there trying to figure out how you gonna show this person. How you gonna show this person I love you and I'm willing to walk. I'm willing to walk through somebody who's gonna fight me, bite me, poison me, kick me, scratch me, talk crazy about me, disrespect me, give me some type of disease, somebody that would steal your money, somebody that would cheat on you, and you doing everything you can do to prove to this person you the one, that they are the one for you.
But you know what? Not only were we sold that the witch with the pot was the spell, that was, but what we wasn't taught what that was also a spell too was Cinderella. Because that's the dreams that we have
Mhm.
of, having this fairy tale family, this man, this, Snow White and all of that. That's the spell that we were put under. And then, as you know, our grandmothers lied and told us everything was perfect, where while their husbands had babies outside of the marriage, and they not telling us this, and they selling us that, life is good. And they're holding on and they're telling you you're supposed to fight for your marriage. You're not supposed to give up. And these are all the spells that we were taught growing up. So when we do get into our situation, we're trying to be like Cinderella. We're trying to be like grandma. We're trying to be like mom. And then when these people throw these little digs at us to tear us down, we come into agreement with that spell, because that spell don't work as long as they say it, but they get us to say it to ourselves. We think it and then we speak it. And so we become it. They sow the seed, we water it. And that's how we are under a spell, and we keep ourselves under a spell. And that's why the lady who says 3 years later,
Mm.
because she's keeping herself in that spell. Think about it, that person is not in her life. So she's the one keeping that spell going. And I want to say this too. I met this lady a couple of days ago, and she had a black eye. And I wanted to know what happened. And she told me her boyfriend beats on her, and she said he's on parole for previously beating her, and he hit her in the eye and broke her jaw. And so now he's facing, yes, charges for that too. But she's meeting with his parents because they want her to drop the charges, and somehow they got her and he got her feeling like it's her fault. She was like, well, I did kind of provoke him. So she's kind of looking towards dropping these charges by blaming herself. And that's the spell she put herself in, that she started blaming herself, where she feel like it's her fault when he is the one who hit her and broke her jaw.
That's right. That's right. Because he not going to accept responsibility to say, something wrong with me. No. The object of the game is I gotta make you crazy. I
Yep.
gotta make you think you see what you made me do? See how you made me break your jaw? See how you made me black your eye? The object of the game for the devil is to make you think you crazy. Now, if somebody can beat you up like that, how could you possibly think that person loves you or cares about you and they punching you? They're doing something that could take you out of here.
Yes.
So, logically think. I know we don't think logically a lot of times when we in that, but how could you think that somebody love you and they doing everything they can to destroy you? And I mean, fighting you as hard as they can, like they hate you. For somebody that hate you that hard, that's a lot. That's a lot. I could never see myself. The only way I'm punching somebody, first of all, is if they doing it to me. I'm in fear of something. I gotta be in fear of something. But for somebody to do something, to make that's gonna bring that type of rage out of me in a relationship, you got to be crazy if you think I'm gonna start swinging at you because you gone, because you losing it. I'm gonna sit there and watch you. I ain't even gonna sit there and watch. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna leave the scene. When I see it getting crazy, I'll be asking myself, "Whoa, bro? What are you doing with this person? What are you doing around this person? Because this person is crazy. Look at them. They ready to attack you. No, you're not about to attack me. You can call me any name you want as long as you call me that name from a long distance. Because guess what? I ain't got no point to prove that I can beat up a woman. That's no that point. There's no point in that. No, no, I cannot. So you can call me whatever you want to call me because I'm not even gonna entertain nothing that's silly. A physical confrontation. I'm not going. Now let me say this because there's always a reason, right? Now you put your hands on my mama. Then it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. Outside of that, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I could not see myself, and I ain't here trying to prove no point about what I would do, but that's what I would do. At the end of the day, y'all, you sitting there with somebody that will fight you, that will fight you. How are we getting that angry with each other? That I'm gonna fight you? And then that means that we love each other because we made up after that. Nah, man. See, what means I love you, but I love you means that I know better than to cross this line right here. That means I love you because I ain't gonna cross that line. I ain't gonna disrespect you because I know if I disrespect you, I have altered the direction of this relationship. And that's what we don't see. You under this spell and you're not even looking at the fact that, hey, guess what? Guess what? The moment you cross this line, you can't just back across it. No, you don't cross the line. The relationship is over now. And that's what being with a narc will do to you. Because they're not going to have it's if you with one, they're going to cross every line.
Yeah.
Here. They crossing the line to show you I don't love you. Listen, y'all, anybody that crosses that line with you, that line of respect, they're disrespecting you for a reason. They're disrespecting you for a reason. Who is that in the background back here? HB. Who is that back here? Came to join us in the chat.
And then erased it.
What's that? Mm-mm.
I don't see it.
No. I'm saying somebody backstage here. I'm like,
Oh,
it wasn't Keisha.
somebody tried to get up here.
Yeah, something. I don't know what's going on back here because they didn't say nothing to me about that. Yeah, if you want to come in here with us, you got to talk to me for a second. Let me know what you got to say. Okay. But like I was saying, you know, we we have been taught, we've heard about, what a spell is. And it's put out there in a way where you're supposed to fear it. It's just like, okay, we were told the number of the beast is 666. And now we're learning that that number is actually not what they told us. How would the devil hide God from you? By telling you that's the devil, by telling you something about 666. That's the mark of the beast. Until you study it, because you ain't going to study it. I know you ain't, because I wouldn't study it. But man, that's the devil. That's demonic, man. Yeah. No, it's not. But it surely is a way to keep things hidden from you. Now, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it has nothing to do with the devil. Absolutely nothing. Let's get back to this spell. When you are under a spell, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that the only way that can work, the only way a spell can work with you is you have to participate in it. When you find yourself in something and you're always asking yourself, why am I here? Why am I dealing with this foolishness? Why am I dealing with this crazy person? Why? But for some reason, you feel you cannot stop. When that phone is ringing, it feel like you're gonna die if you don't pick up that. If I don't answer that call, it's almost like the phone turns into this out of body experience, like it's turning red and it's beating like a heartbeat. It's like boom, 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 boom. And you gotta, and you, by the time it ring twice, you're like, uh-oh. Okay, let me go ahead and get it. That third, it done run 3 times. Let me go ahead and get it now. Cause if they hang up, then I gotta argue about why they hung up. And I don't want to argue about that. No, I don't want to argue. So let me go ahead and get the phone. And every time that you pick up the phone, they not saying what you want to hear.
No.
They not telling you nothing you wanted to hear. They not going to cooperate with you.
No.
It's not going to be a friendly call. It ain't no, I love you. Y'all ever notice something? When you do pick up the phone, when they call you, it's not a, I love you, you love me, we love each other, this, that, or whatever. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. You know, you're sitting there and you're saying, that's what I want. That's what I want us to be like. I'd love for us to feel like that. But it's never like that. And it never was like that. And because that's all you want to hear, that's all you want to feel, you will sit there and wait and talk to them, knowing they're going to disrespect you and they're going to keep disrespecting you and keep. And guys, that's a spell. When you're in something, you're off balance, you don't understand, you're confused. You're with somebody, but you're confused about it. Why am I confused? Why am I in this? When you're with somebody and you're asking yourself, why am I with this person? Guys, that's a sign right there telling you, man, I am totally, completely confused. I don't know what's going on. And help me. Help me. I'm going to stick around until I figure this thing out. And you're not going to figure it out. You're going to be right there ruminating every single day, talking to yourself. Y'all know that's what we do. We sitting there asking ourselves and we just drumming it through your mind all day, all day, all day. This person on your mind all day long because you want a normal conversation with them. That's all you want. Can we just have a normal conversation and sit down and no, you cannot. No, you cannot. The job and the way they keep you under a spell, the way the narc keeps you under that spell is, guys, they gotta keep you confused. You're doing everything right. Y'all hear that? You're doing everything right. You're doing everything they want you to do. And yet they still treating you like dirt.
Yeah. And when they do call and you answer, they're making all the demands when they are in the wrong. They make all the conditions to coming back. And even if you go along with that or you just on the phone, I just want you to come back, they are still going to disappear after that phone call because they feel like you haven't learned your lesson.
Mm.
That's just for them to talk to you, to see where you are, and then disappear again to have you think some more to make sure that you're going to agree with their terms and conditions when they come back. So you could tell them everything they want to hear on that phone, and that's still not good enough. They're going to disappear because they feel like you haven't learned your lesson. I've had that happen to me. After I got out the heart unit, that man ran because I found that he was on a dating site and he ran to Chicago to his family. When he called, I wasn't speaking the way he wanted to. So what they do is disappear again. He disappeared for a whole week before he called back. because they feel like you're not going to go. You want me more than I want you. So you're going to have to agree with my terms and conditions before I come back. And I have to believe it. You have to sell me on that.
There you go. And that's exactly how it works. They when they got the upper hand, when they got the upper hand, you can just forget it. They gonna drag you. You are going to get dragged. They do not care. They looking at you like, I want to see you take this pain. And guys, when a narc sees that they're dogging you and you taking it, that's when they really start getting disrespectful. Because now they like, whoa, it's working. You under the spell and you participating in it. Because you see that I'm dogging you. You see it. You feel me dogging you. And look at you. You hanging on for dear life. You hanging on for dear life. You scared to let go. You scared to let it go. Oh man, you scared to let go of somebody that's disrespectful to you, somebody that doesn't like you, don't want you, not gonna treat you right, gonna cheat on you, gonna steal from you, gonna fight you, gonna try to unalive you, and you still trying to figure out what you trying to figure out what you did. You trying to figure out what you did to make them mad. They doing everything in the book that they can do to undermine you, disrespect you. They're gonna leave it right there. They're not gonna change that behavior.
No.
And guys, this is one of the I think every last one of us have seen this also. When a narc, so every now and then, you'll talk to them and they'll talk normal, like everything is cool. And literally a minute later, they right back at going at you about something. And you sitting there like what just everything was just cool. Why are you starting this? You sitting there really looking like what are you doing? And that's them showing you. That's them showing you that I have power over you.
Yeah.
You don't mean nothing to me. This is about power. This is the power struggle. You think you control your vessel. I'm controlling your vessel.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're saying. I'm controlling your vessel. And and listen, the way they know they're controlling it, because everything they do to you is painful. Everything they're doing to you is painful. Now, I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. I know what you want to know. Hey, yo, how do we get over that? How do you break the curse, man? How do you break this spell? How do you do it, man? How do you do it? Ah, man. I told y'all, man. Y'all better go get my book. Short, sweet, to the point. Break the spell. I should have called it Break the Spell. Ladies and gentlemen, after you have disrespected yourself because you participate in the spell. You participate in the spell. So while you're there and that person dogging you, lying to you, arguing with you, and you arguing back, you going back and forth, you doing the same stuff they doing, and then you be the bigger person. Y'all, this part right here, y'all, you became the bigger person. You know what? I know you cheat. I know I just caught you cheating on me. I know you just punched me in my face. I know you just dogged me, but I'm going to forgive and forget. I'm going to be the bigger person, right? I'm going to take the blame, basically. I'm not going to hold you accountable for what you did. And now you got to live with you. You forgot that you got to live with you. You forgot that you are a good person. You forgot all about that. You forgot all about what you're doing to this wonderful human being that you are. You don't forgot all about that. Oh, I don't need any apology for how you dogging me, how you treating me. I don't need it. Oh, no, you ain't got to apologize to me. I ain't nothing. I'm nothing. That's what you're saying to yourself because you won't just stand up and do what's right because you know what's right. You know what's right, but you won't do it because I don't want to feel that pain, though. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt that I'm with somebody that's dogging me, that's clowning me, that's dragging me, that's lying on me in front of everybody. To anybody that'll listen, they lying on you.
Yep.
You worrying about what you did to them. And you wondering why you in so much pain. You wondering why you can't stop thinking about them. You don't deserve to stop thinking about them. Yeah, you don't deserve to stop thinking about them because you don't even have any respect for your own vessel. That pain that you feeling, you thinking about that cruddy dog every day, and you ain't did nothing to undo all of the games that you done allowed somebody to play on you, the game you playing with yourself by dealing with that fungus.
Right.
Garbage. You putting unnecessary craziness in your own life because you making excuses of it just ain't the right time to cut this foolishness in my life out. It ain't the right time to cut the person off this lying to me every day, this cheating on, this robbing me of my life. See, the one thing you not gonna get back, ladies and gentlemen, is time.
Yeah.
You playing this old money game. Well, it's about the money and the money, this and the money, and and some more money, and this. You gonna make money for the rest of your life. You're not getting 1 second extra. You hear me? You're not getting 1 second extra in this life. And you just person, bless you, John.
Sorry.
You
Thank you.
letting that person do what they want to do. They just got all types of range over you. They can say what they want, do what they want, and you just gonna participate. And then after all of that participation, you ain't even man man or woman enough to address the issue. Yeah, look in that mirror. Look in the mirror. Tell that person in the mirror that you apologize. Because the narc ain't gonna apologize. You owe yourself the apology because you the one participating in this. Ain't nobody got no gun to your head. Man, I've talked to people who will sit there on the phone with me and a narc will call them. I'm like, you just paid me to talk to me. But that narc call is so much stronger.
Ooh, baby.
I'm like, what is wrong? Are you serious? You can't be serious. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Because that's the trance that they under. You under a trance that's so powerful. You can't focus for 1 hour without this person being able to enter. They just calling you to drive you crazy, but you got to hear it. You
Yeah.
got to hear it.
And and that's how sometimes we destroy our own lives because we place our whole world around them. And then when they do this stuff to us, we can't focus at work because we're more focused on them. And some of us lose our livelihood because we end up quitting our jobs or getting fired because we can't function because our mind is focused on the wrong thing, which is that person. They stir up all this chaos because they can't allow us to get comfortable because if we're comfortable, they are uncomfortable.
There you
And
go.
that's where the power struggle is. It's always that type of struggle. That's why they won't change because they feel like if they change one thing, you're going to be asking them to change something else. And they feel like you have all the power. They don't see it as That's something you do in a relationship. They see it as them giving their power over to you, but then they want you to give your power over to them by changing things. And we do it. And half the time we stay in these relationships out of desperation. I didn't work. I was a housewife. I was desperate. There was leverage. And he knew it. And that's why he told me. He said, I believe if I left, you wouldn't know what to do, because he knew I had not had a job in 12 years. And he knew that I wouldn't be able to figure it out, but I did. And that's what they're banking on, our failure. They want to leave us in our failure. So when they come back, we'll be happy to see them. We'll be happy to receive that phone call, like that lady wanted to get off the phone with Harrio to answer the call for this person. And that's out of desperation, and they know this.
Man, man, oh man. It's like, wow. It's like we don't even see. We look at it like a spell is something that's so powerful you can't escape it. And honestly, sometimes that is the case because we so deep into that. We done ran down in that rabbit hole so deep that we don't even know how to come out. We don't, and this is the main thing, y'all. I want y'all to understand about a spell. It ain't that you can't get out of it. It's easy to get out of it.
It is.
The problem is you don't even want to get out of it. The question is, how do you make somebody stay that won't stay? And how do you make somebody leave that won't leave? That's what it's like getting out of a spell. Ladies and gentlemen, a spell is basically your participation in that foolishness. That's it. If you went no contact, you would break that spell. Now, I know some of us ain't in contact with the narc, but you ain't in contact because they not in contact. Not because you want to be in no contact.
Right.
They have cut you off and you just like, well, I'm no contact. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you standing up saying, okay, that's no longer an option. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen. A narc know when they can come back to you. And it's, oh, good God. I got one client, God Almighty. I ain't lying. I told him, I said, dog, I can't help you. I can't. It's just too much on me because you just too deep in. All you care about I mean, he literally like, well, how long they gonna be together? How long they gonna be together? Because I want her back. What you call me for then, bro? I just want to know how long they gonna stay together. They gonna be together as long as they want to be.
Yep.
She was with you. She was with you long as she felt like she wanted to be with you. You sure she gonna come back? Bro, hold it. Nah, I ain't sure she gonna come back to you. Why would she come back to you? You sitting there waiting on her. No, she ain't coming back. She don't want you. A narc don't want nobody to want them.
No. Unless they desperate and need that person for something.
That exactly. They don't want you. They want what you can do for them. But they do not want you. Only thing that's attractive to you about when you dealing with a narc is when you done close that door. Now, when you close that door, you're gonna need security. You're gonna need security to keep that fool away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you close the door and say no more access to this person, you're gonna need security. It's gonna be ugly. I just get before we start the show tonight. I got an email some fool reaching back out. They can't listen. When you cut them off, they know what you was. They know what you was to them. See, that's why I said, man, I've been saying it for years. Treat that monster while you with them. Give them the best you ever had. Give them the best you got. Because that's going to be the pain they stuck with every single day, remembering what they not going to get no more.
Yeah.
Remembering the somebody who cared about them and they never getting access to that again. Oh boy, oh boy. You talking about somebody who feeling some type of way. It's some narcs out here feeling some. And when I listen to these messages that y'all send me, thank y'all for sending for you guys that do send the messages because we get them every day. Guys, when I listen to the intensity in the person's voice, the desperation in their voice. I mean, they on the phone begging. I need to see you. I need to see you. This need to stop. Okay. Unblock me. I love you. I miss you.
Oh my God.
Oh my good. Listen. You listen, man. Again, thanks. Shout out to everybody that send me those those phone calls and text messages because guys, people need to know that man, no, you're not by yourself. These people ain't just went on to Wonderland. Okay, like y'all be thinking they did. They have not just went on to Wonderland. No, they somewhere. When you cut them off, man, they somewhere with somebody struggling. They
Yeah.
they struggle, and they struggling because they gotta keep this. They gotta keep that charade up. Y'all be thinking, "Wow, how did they make it this long with that person?" And they ain't make it like that with me because they have to. They gotta make it look like you the crazy one. Nah, I ain't the crazy one. You gotta look like the crazy one. Mm-mm. They gotta show everybody. Nah, this person was really my soulmate. You got to be crazy. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. We done bought those wolf tickets about they have them having a soulmate somewhere, and we believing. We be believing in China. We be believing, in all honesty, we be believing, well, we used to anyway. We used to believe how that they was somewhere acting right. Now I didn't. I knew better. I knew better. I know better. Listen, y'all. I can speak so boldly about this because I know that devil. I know that devil. Champ, you ain't ever gonna have one day of peace. Not one. It's not possible. Cause and I'm saying this, he under spell. Listen, guys, y'all wondered how they making it? They under a spell too.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They in there fighting and going back and forth and dealing with all this craziness, and they don't know why. But they know that they, in their minds, they think the mission is just to make you jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they will stick with that person. They gonna stick with that lie. Y'all remember the lie that we told ourselves? That's we lied out to ourselves the exact same way. Oh yeah. No. We got something. We really love each other. We just don't get along sometimes.
Yeah.
How you don't get along with somebody you love?
But you know what, too? They burn so many bridges that sometimes they get stuck in the situation that they ran off to, especially when you cut off access. They ain't got nowhere to run back to. Now they stuck in a place that they don't want to be, but they got to sell it to you that is better than being with you when they are in misery. And I don't know if y'all remember, like when I told y'all about what my daughter did to me when she called the police on me and said I pointed a weapon at her and stuff. And come to find out, when I opened my Facebook page, I saw the guy that she was doing all this over, and he was helping her do all this stuff to me. He's now in this group called Is This Your Man? And she posted him in there. He got a whole wife. He got all these kids and he done her wrong. And that's what these narcissists do. They get you to screw over your family and so they could isolate you and get you alone, then screw you over. And they not, and she ain't telling nobody this. They not gonna tell you this.
They
They
not.
want to sell you the opposite of what's really going on. And had I not seen this for myself, I swear to God, as soon as I clicked on my Facebook, his face, I'm like, whoa, he right there. And I'm like, see,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
not paradise over there. She did all of this. And now she's on here trying to find out who's with this man. And people comment, oh, he's been homeless for 2 years, which I figured that out. Yes, living in his car and said he's passing out diseases, burning people and stuff like, yes, the comments are lighting up on that guy. And so that also, I want to say this to y'all too. If
Ooh.
y'all can't get a hold of them phones, put them in them, put their pictures in groups like that. They got them in every city. You gonna definitely find out who your
Oh
narcissist is
goodness.
with. I'm telling you.
Ooh, boy, oh boy. The Beyonce's internet wins again.
Yes.
Ooh, wow. That is crazy. And then you sit back and you look at it and you like, dude, why? What did you get? What he sliced off his nose just to spite his face. Had no reason to do what he did. And just guys, that's what I'm saying. You looking for logic in what they do,
There is
you never gonna find it.
no.
You're never going to find it. You're gonna be sitting there like, what in the entire world was you think? 2 years. And you know what, China, for real, that chick been on this channel in the chat enough to let me know, yeah, she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He dragging her through it. Yes,
Yeah.
dragging her. And she just running, hopping, skipping, jumping. Truth be told, you can't really see it, but she really want to be your friend. She like, man, China, how did you get over this fool? How did you get over this fool, man? Because this ain't working. This ain't, I feel crazy. Because you gotta feel crazy. You running behind somebody, attacking somebody. You ain't got nothing to do with that fight. And you fighting, and he over here with a whole nother person. And she think he over there behind you.
Ugh.
Man.
If she want advice, honey, if you watching, here's some advice. How I got over him, I saw you. Look in the mirror and you'll get over.
Whoo, man. Talk to that person in the mirror. Yvette, thanks for this good super chat. Appreciate the love, Yvette. Yvette said the silence they feared. Woo! The silence they feared. Your clarity has arrived. Woo! You see through the game.
Yeah.
Spell is broken. You are no longer theirs to control. Did y'all see? Boy, y'all better take a screenshot of that super chat right there.
Yes.
The silence. And it's just that simple. All you got to do is shut up.
Yep.
If you don't know how to go no contact, then shut up. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we be, listen, China, honestly, we be laughing now because we way out of it. But it's people that don't know how to break that bond, don't know how to break that contact. They don't know how to just say, just shut up. You know what? I ain't got nothing to say no more. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm done. Because when you ain't got nothing to say, when you shut up, that means you done. See, we all out here, I'm going to tell you piece of my mind. I'm going to give you piece of my mind. That's how they know you not done.
Yeah.
Because you still waiting. You can't wait to tell them a piece of your mind. See,
Yeah.
when you're done with somebody, you don't even care no more. You ain't nothing to say. Because you done checked out the building. Like, man, I ain't gonna be rude to you no more. I don't even got nothing to say to you no more. You done with them.
See, but when you cut them off like that, it also gets dangerous because now these people are going to try to find a way to contact you, whether it's popping up at your job, your
Mhm.
house, wherever they can find you through your family.
Family,
And the
friends,
last thing, huh?
family, friends.
And
Yeah,
they hate rejection. And that's when like they say, rejection breeds obsession. That's true, because now they become fixated on you. Either they're going to get you back and destroy you, or they're going to destroy you without you. And that's where their mindset is. You can't win either way, but they're most dangerous when they're in your presence because they are learning you. They're learning your new habits. They're learning to break you down again. They're going to do you worse than they did you before because you recovered from the first time. So they know that's not going to work. They're always spying on you some way, somehow, to know how to get back in and how to tear you down. So when you go silent, these people is not going to leave you alone. I've been through it and I know, and it gets really dangerous because they hate rejection. When you really they rejected you, and now that you're supposed to be there when they come back and you're rejecting them.
whew, don't do it. Don't do it. Whew, man, man, oh man. Y'all talking about the coldest feeling the narc ever felt? Man, don't be there for them when they know you gonna be there for them.
Yep.
You talking about the coldest feeling they ever felt before? Nah, man, I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing with you. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got. I told y'all, man. Me and my ex narc, we cool. We cool for real. I just ain't got nothing to say to her. That's all. Yes, but as far as I'm concerned, man, we cool as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never gonna see me talking to her. You ain't gonna never see me with her nowhere. But I'm saying that relationship is cool. It's better than it's ever been. No argument. Ain't heard one lie. Ain't nobody cheating on me. I ain't worried. I ain't ruminating. I ain't going through none of that. The relationship is relationshiping.
It's some type of ship.
Something. Something. My man Lawless. Thanks for that super chat, champ. Pew. Yes, indeed. Lawless says Satan has flipped the world upside down. I've seen a few women lately be more faithful to a toxic man than a decent one. Dating world is sad now. It
Yeah.
is, man. It's sad because while we was talking about narcissism, see, that devil knew how to already deflect by coming back and say, oh man, now everybody a narcissist, right? You better check. You better do a heat check and find out. Cause see, we'll chase a narcissist around because they gonna come as something you like. It ain't gonna come as something that you don't like. It ain't coming as something you don't want. It's coming as something that you want. Yeah. And if they have the signs, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. That's it, y'all. It's a duck.
Yeah.
We out here looking at this dating world. Man, you know what? I be thinking sometimes to myself, I should go on one of these debates they be having about relationships. Cause I think I could help. Now I don't know if I can help with it because it's crazy. But the biggest problem that we have that we not seeing is that both parties are not being taught that we need each other, and we not being taught how to love each other. We not being taught how to be in a relationship with each other. We being taught and groomed how to live without each other, how to not need each other. That was not what was intended for us. Because see, guys, we can say what we want to say, but at the end of the day, the moment we don't deal with each other, we stop existing. That's the penalty for us getting it wrong. You stop existing. You stop multiplying. We done turn our multiplication into something that's less than. Oh, that's all y'all think this is? Somebody to have a bunch of your kids? No, that's not what this is. That's not just what this is, but that is a very important part of it. Because if you don't have them, then I die and you die. Because one day we all gonna die.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if we not leaving nothing here, nothing, nobody, we ain't put nobody else to replenish. Oh well, there it is. We don't go forward.
But you know what? This generation is so messed up. Maybe it's meant to skip one. Because I feel like the next we're gonna be worse. We need to get it right. We need to fix this whole situation because I don't think I can take another one like this one or worse. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
also, I want to say this too. We are all taught to love, even them. But the thing is, they don't want our love. They want cooperation because they know if we love them, they have to love us back. And that's all that kissy, kissy, smushy, smushy, huggy,
Mhm.
touchy, feely, the stuff they don't like, the
Mm-mm.
stuff that they don't want
Don't do.
because they're vulnerable if they get in that situation. So that's why they have to push you away and push you off because they don't want to get close to you. They don't want to love you. They're not looking for love. We're just trying to give them something that they don't want. That's why they don't appreciate it. They just want your cooperation. And I disagree when, other narcissists say we're their appliances. No, we're not. We're their lap dogs. Narcissists mistreat animals because they know animals are still going to love them. And that's how they see us. They could kick a dog and that dog will still run to them, for emotional support. And that's how they see us. We are their dogs, not their appliances.
Mm. Good God. Woo. That hurt. That hurt us now, China. Miss Oates protected. Mwah. Thanks for the super chat. Man, oh man. I tell you, I ain't gonna lie, that does hurt when you think about how much you put into somebody. When you think about everything that you were trying to build in life with that person. When you think about how much sacrifice, good God, how much you sacrifice, man. Some of y'all putting everything you got in your life on the line. You giving up everything, every dime you got. You just exposing it to them. You giving them every part of your soul. You loving, you trying to love on somebody that don't got it. They ain't got nothing in them to give back to you. And you determined, I'm gonna win this one. I'm gonna God gonna fix this one. God keep letting that crut ball do exactly what they do to you. Because we all got free will. At the end of the day, y'all, we all got free will. And narcs will slice off their nose to spite their face. They would rather feel punished and see you in pain. Guys, listen. Do y'all know and understand the narc knows that it hurts you more than it hurts them to see them in pain?
Yeah.
They know how much you care. They know that you will give them anything. There ain't a person on here right now that was with a true narcissist that narcissist don't know that you would do anything for them. And you've tried to do everything for them. Not one person in this chat. Not one. People, you gave up everything you had for them. And you can't even answer the question why. And then you'll go lie because I loved her. I was in love with her. What was you in love about with her? What was you in love with? Man, I don't, man, man, it was crazy. That's your whole conversation. It was crazy, but I loved her. What did you love about her? Man, I don't know, just the way she made me feel like, made you feel? How she make you feel when she was cheating on you? When she was lying to you? When she was stealing from you? How did she make you feel? Tell me. Tell me what it was. And then when you start to really look at it and make sense out of it, guys, you can't make sense out of it. You just start going, man, I don't even know. Guys, if somebody asked you why you still there, real talk, somebody asks you why you still there when you going through that craziness and you talking to one of your friends or family members that will talk that you haven't completely beat up about this conversation with that person, when they ask you why you there, why you still with that person, you honestly never really got a good answer. And then you'll say, well, I'm just trying to get myself together. I'm just trying to get myself together. Because you don't really respect yourself. You're not respecting your time. You're not respecting the fact that you're not getting any of this time back. You're not respecting the fact that you are participating. You directly are participating in your own demise.
Yep.
You're participating in it. Them lies, them arguments. You thinking because you argue, you standing up for yourself. I learned the hard way, guys. Arguing with a narcissist is showing a narcissist that they are in control of you. Arguing, when they say something crazy to you and you respond, that's them checking you to make sure I still control you. Look at you. You about to go crazy. You about to start arguing and fighting back because I done said something. I done hit your little tender spot. Look at you, because I gotta show you I'm still in control. I know your mama just died and I'm saying something crazy about it, but that's what it is. If that's what I gotta do to control you, then that's what I'll do. They don't have any problem showing you the level that they will go to disrespect you.
Yeah.
None. Never have, never will. You want to break the spell? Just shut up. Just shut up. You want to break the spell? Just shut up. Stop talking. Stop answering. Block them. Block them. No contact. Some of us can't do it. Some people, and really, that's really what separates us. Some of us know how to say no. Some of us know how to shut up and move on with our life. We know how to shut up. Y'all hear that part? We know how to just shut up and move on. Because every word you say to that monster, you proven that's proof they still in control. Because they know they done did stuff to you that puts them on the list of people that you should never talk to again.
See, and that's the thing too. When you stay silent, when you in the same home with them and you're not leaving, that means nothing to them because they know that you're gonna break your silence before they do. So if you did plan on going silent on them, make it permanent. You have to leave that situation because that's the only silence they gonna understand. Other than that, they gonna make a mockery out of the silence that you giving them when you're still in the same home. And a lot of people I've seen previously say that they can't get rid of this person. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The thing is, they know you want them gone, so they're not leaving. Act like you give a damn that they're leaving, and then they'll leave. And they'll make them feel like they won. That way they will leave and they will not come back. That's how you get rid of them.
Whoo! China just gave y'all the secret sauce on that. Act like you want them. If y'all want the narc to leave you, act like you can't live without them.
Yep.
Man, they gone. They're like, huh? What's wrong with you? Oh, I got the upper hand. And they gone. The minute you fall in line, man, they gone. That's all they was waiting on. The spell to work. That's it. They hoping this spell could last for the rest of your life. Because guys, they going to play with other people while you still under the spell. You trying to figure out why they do that, why they leave me, why they but oh here they go. Look, you now they coming back. Now they back. Yeah, they coming back. Yeah, they gonna revisit. Life ain't we be really believing that they went somewhere and to act right. A narcissist ain't not is not one on this planet ever. They got a history of coming, going to anybody and acting right. That's not what they do. That's not who they are. They don't even feel right if they not wreaking havoc on you.
Yeah. They not going nowhere to change and act right. That's a new circumstance, a new situation that they trying to adapt to so they can eventually break it down. They got to learn the ins and outs of that person so they can break it down just like they did us. They came in with all of that. It may have been different with us. We may have gotten something the previous person wanted. And now that person that they ran off to is getting something that we may have wanted. They have to give, and keep that mask on until they get that person where they want them, where they can break them down. Yeah, it's from day one. They're over there, throwing little digs and slights towards this person and testing them, seeing what they could get away with.
Mhm.
That's their favorite. They're so insecure that they have to tear somebody down in order to keep them. That's the only way they kept us because we didn't feel like we were worth anything. And so we stayed with somebody that made us feel like we were, when all we needed to do was feel that for ourselves. That's the key to all of this. That's how you get out of that spell. That's how you break it. You have to wake up. It took a while for me to look at myself in the mirror because I know I did not look like the beautiful woman that I used to be. But when I looked at myself in that mirror and saw how ugly I was, I decided to love myself. I saw a broken me. I was worse off than I ever been in my life. And I decided from that day forward that I was going to fix me. And that's why I can walk away from situations now, whether that person have a lot of money or whether they look good, because I know my peace and my self-love is more important than anything anybody else can offer me. I take care of me. I take care of my kids. I look at it like this. There's only two things a person can offer me right now. It's either sex or stress or both. That's all.
Ooh, China
The two S's.
going in. China, you gonna be with a good man. You know that you be with a good
I
man.
got a lot of goodness to give them. I need to find them.
Be with, and you gonna stop playing. You gonna be with a good man. We gonna make sure that. Yes, indeed. We're gonna do a spot check. We're gonna do a safety check on this dude, everything. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be crazy. He ain't gonna be in Delulu. No way. It happened. It happened. Yeah, because the thing is that, you know, we all want, at least we all say we want that great relationship and we want it to just happen. Oh man. But you just got to put that out there that way. You got to put that out there in the universe. And when you meet people, it got to be that. You know what I'm saying? They got to know it's solid from day one. Because if it ain't going to be what my thing is, if you're going to be in a relationship, it got to be dreamy. Right from the very beginning, it got to be everything I want. Because when it's not everything I want, then I don't want it. That's all. Just be true to yourself. Guys, people out here want great relationships. You know what I'm saying? We all saying it. People want that. And it gotta be that. It gotta be solid all the way through. Like, yeah, oh man, that's great. That's great. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are great. And then we get busting the head. Bing! Oh yeah. But you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to just be real out here and open up to people and see what people are really like and just tell them what you really like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you're gonna have narcs attracted to you. You're gonna have everything attracted to you. When you good people, everything is attracted to you. It's just like the sunlight. Everything grows because of sunlight. Evil grows, good grows. That's just how it is. So your light is going to attract everything. It ain't gonna just attract good. Come on, Harry. I'm gonna bring. I saw your message. Okay. Yeah. Did you see the link?
I, I know she's been on here before.
She was. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm like, huh? Put the link in there for you, Harry, because she wanted to give us a very special message, and I want to let her in there to say it. Yes, indeed. What's up, Bradley? How you feel, champ? Yeah, man. This thing ain't no joke, man. Guys, for real. We doing too much, man. Just giving away good people and good company, and we sacrificing and sacrificing, and man, and for people that ain't worth it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, are not worth it. All right, y'all. My girl.
I agree with what Bradley says. You have to let people be who they are from the jump. And that's what I tell people. They be like, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Just be you." That way they don't know who to pretend to be and they be themselves. You be like, "No, thank you."
Good. That's it. Harriet, how you doing there?
Hi.
Well, hold up. You got your thing on mute.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hold up. Let's unmute you. Unmute yourself.
How are you?
There you go.
Good. How are you?
You doing?
I'm very, very good. I think this topic is really interesting. I think what happens with narcissistic abuse is that when you come out of it, I think you grow in discernment and you can
Yes.
actually see, you can actually watch narcissists in real time doing their evil. And because you're now listening to your intuition and things and you're watching it in real time, it actually quite interesting and actually sad at the same time. Like I said before to you guys in the past, that I work in healthcare, and recently a man brought his wife to hospital. The man works in a hospital, and he had been saying that she's not well, blah blah blah. So she keeps bringing her to hospital, by the way. And I think the initial time he brought her, I thought there was something wrong because she will have a sickle cell crisis and then will come in. And something told me that the man is actually behind it. So what he does is when he brings her to hospital, he will tell everybody because he knows the members of staff. He will tell everybody, look, my wife is unwell, my wife is unwell, and we'll all go and see her and things like that. But as I watched it from real time, I realized that this man has put the woman under a spell. I think what's happened is that he's gone for like a spiritual contract. And with this spiritual contract, you have to take somebody from your own household.
Mm,
The Bible says that a man's enemy shall be in his own household. It can either be your wife or your children, someone you either have a blood covenant with
mm-hmm,
or a marital covenant with.
mm,
And in his case, he has picked his wife. And the wife is ill every 3 months. She's coming in and out of hospital. And her past medical history, with every hospital stay or hospital visit, it gets bigger and bigger. It's like a shopping list of illnesses that we discover more and more and more and more. And she's only 36 years old. So this narcissist thing, this spell, this witchcraft thing really, really goes much, much deeper than we think.
oh
And
yeah.
we have to be very, very, very careful who we allow into our lives
Mm, yes.
because they come ready, they come prepared. We are looking at them from, I think China was saying earlier, from a, let's say, a more a fairy tale Cinderella point of view, because that's what we've been conditioned to believe, that these things actually exist. But they are looking at us like, okay, this is my next victim, and I'm
Mm,
going to destroy this person.
yes. Yes.
And
So
interestingly enough, when I went to visit the woman, do you know what she said to me? She said to me, Harriet, I want you to pray for my husband. I said to her that, look, I'm going to pray for you. When I go home, I'm going to really, really pray for you. She said, no, I want you to pray for my husband for his salvation. The
Mm.
thing is, spiritually, she knows that the husband is behind it, but she cannot say.
Wow.
She doesn't have the physical evidence.
That's what a spell looks like. You
Yes,
are the one that's sick, and you
yes,
saying, no, pray for him.
yes,
He knows.
yes,
That's how you know when you're under a spell, because
yes,
you're just confused. You don't
yes,
have a clue as to what's going
yes,
on. You know that
yes,
something bad is happening.
yes,
In our minds, we still want to fix them.
Yep.
yes, yeah,
And
That's ill.
it's
yes,
the God in her that sees the evil in him. And that's
yes,
why she want him to be prayed for. What she really want is for you to pray those demons out of him. And that's why
yes,
she said pray for him. She can see it. She just can't. She knows she can't explain it without looking crazy. So the
yes,
only way to say it was to pray for him,
Wow.
not for me. Because she's saying God got me.
Mm,
It's
yes,
him that
him,
needs the prayer.
come on.
And that's the best way she can say it without her looking like she's crazy and him
yes,
getting away with whatever he's doing to her, whether it's poisoning her or making her
yes,
condition worse. That's the
yes,
best way. And you knowing what you know, you caught on to that. And she knew
absolutely,
to say it to you. God, the God in her saw the God in you and
yes,
Mm,
got that message to you.
wow.
yes,
So you know what? That's a lesson for everybody here.
yeah,
Something, another side of what we are denying.
mm,
When I said, man, yeah, it's easy. This curse is, I mean, this spell, it's easily broken.
mm,
You gotta want to break it. We don't want to break it. She said, let me pray for you. And that woman said, no,
mm-hmm,
pray for him.
yeah,
Pray for him. No, you don't gotta worry about me.
yeah,
Guys, that's the issue.
yeah,
We don't even want to be out of the spell. We
yeah,
don't even want to fight the spell. We don't want to believe that the spell actually exists.
yeah,
We want to believe that, no, this person wouldn't do that to me. This
yeah,
person wouldn't do to me what they are doing to me.
yeah,
But just because we want to believe it, no, no, that doesn't make it true.
yeah.
Because we
I
don't
do
want to.
think it's so sad. It's really sad to think that a husband can do that to a wife in the same way mothers and fathers can do that to children. It's really, really sad. And people don't take, in this Western or modern world, people don't take things like, let's say, spiritual abuse seriously. They only consider physical abuse.
Yep.
That spiritual abuse is just as bad. Spiritual abuse is essentially emotional abuse on steroids, I would say, because the spiritual abuse, I think the power, and I mentioned this the last time, the power the narcissists have is that they have access to the spiritual realm. I think there's a dimension of us that they have access to, and that's where they are able to you know um really bring out their evil. So the Bible says, while men slept, the enemy came to sow tares. So while we sleep, we are in a very vulnerable state.
Mm,
And the enemy can then call your soul. In my country, in my country, Ghana, we believe this. Somebody is able to call your soul and give it instructions, negative instructions.
mm,
Yep.
And in the daytime, that same person will call you and ask you, oh, how are you doing? How's everything going? They want to see if those plants that they sowed in the night are growing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if it's coming to fruition. So when you say, oh yeah, oh, I lost my job, or my wife left me, or they're like, yeah, this is really good, it's going the right direction.
mm.
Yep.
So not everybody that comes into your life and asks you how you're doing is actually asking how you're doing. They just want to see that if the plant that they put into place, whether it's grown
Mm.
over the course of time, you
That's,
know So this is how they work. This
Right.
is how they operate.
They checking on you. They check
Yes.
to see if it's working, and they checking to see if you know.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes.
want to know if you see what they did.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
know what? The world is becoming more aware of this narcissism because they now, June 1st is now Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. So they do
Oh.
have a day for that. Yes.
There's a day
So
for
I
it.
mean,
Uh-oh.
yeah, this it's becoming recognized, so people are really, like I said, I got my therapist to start talking about God because that was something she would not do. And
Mhm.
me opening her eyes to what I think this is spiritual warfare and all of this, and she's starting to engage into that conversation because I want to make sure that it's getting out there on all levels through all ears, because I'm gonna speak it to
Absolutely.
whoever got ears.
Well,
Yes.
you know what? Most of the time, a therapist wants to speak at it scientifically
Hmm.
because they
I
want
need to hear
they
that.
want to turn it into a disorder.
Yes.
Yeah, so that you see them as disordered and not as nah, they know what they're doing.
They really know what they're doing.
Oh,
I don't think I
they,
think I think it's calling a cat a dog doesn't make a cat a dog.
yeah.
You know, it's still got the same characteristics of evil. So if calling it something that is not,
I like that.
not doesn't change anything.
And you're right. You can call a cat a dog. That ain't gonna make it a dog.
Right.
Yes.
Wow, man.
I
But
thought Keisha was coming in. She said she dropped the link, or I thought she was coming in.
coming up, she said she in Miami. She on another.
Oh,
Nah, man. But
Yeah.
that kind of information is so vital. It's
Yeah.
vital for people to know and to hear and see that,
Yes.
man, these people really know. These
Absolutely.
people really see what's
Yes.
going on. The guys, the issue has been we don't see it.
Hmm.
See, we're the ones who are waking up. They've known the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And the secret is as long as we don't know,
Hmm.
they can control us for that entire time.
Hmm.
and they go ballistic when you figure them out. They hate when you figure them out because that exposure, it allows other people to see them for who they are. It's not about their reputation because everybody know they ain't ish. So it's never to redeem themselves or their reputation. It's to be able to abuse somebody else, move on to somebody else to abuse. That's why they don't want to be exposed. They know they ain't no good. The people they be around know they ain't no good. Their mama made her. She know they ain't no good neither. They just like her. So I mean, come on. People could say it's all about their reputation. It's not. It's for them to be able to use somebody else as a punching bag, because that's all you are to them. Like I said, is a dog. That's all we are. I know it hurt, but if you look at how a person abuse a dog and that dog still run back to that person for love, that was us, and
Yeah.
that's exactly how they treat us.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one thing they do as well is when they know you've caught on, they cast a separation spell, which is where they sow the seed of discord. You know, in the Bible, the Bible says that there are 7 things that God hates. One of them is a person who sows seed of discord. When
Mm,
they sow that seed of discord or cast a separation spell, you, the person who's speaking the truth, become the outcast.
mm.
And then the person who is selling, then the narcissist can then go on to continue to abuse or pick the next victim.
Exactly. And you know what? And really, what it goes to is birds of a feather flock together.
Oh yeah.
So
Mm.
if you with a narcissist, guys, well, fortunately, when we're with them, you're in disagreement with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, you know, you might call it a relationship or entanglement or whatever, but the reality is going to be Those oil and water are never going to mix.
Yeah.
Well, it's just going to be tension and friction unless you give, unless you don't know you're under a spell. Because if you don't know you're under a spell, then you're just going to cooperate. You're just going to do what you're being told, what you think you should be doing, what you've been told to do your whole life, what you've been groomed to do. But at the same time, it's something inside of you that's telling you this ain't right. You're right. I'm arguing with this person and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Because think about the argument. We're basically arguing about a principle of right and wrong.
Yep.
Why are we arguing about that? We both are adults and we both know right or wrong. Like I told you before, ladies and gentlemen, a narc will only, this devil is only going to argue with you when you are right.
Yeah.
They're only going to argue with you when you are right because their accomplishment comes when you feel like you second guessed yourself. You second guessed righteousness.
And they laugh at you too when you think you own to something. You may be on to it, but they laugh at you because you don't quite have the evidence. You can accuse them of something and they'll laugh at you because they know you just fishing. You throwing something out there, but they laughing at you like, ha ha ha, you don't really know what I did. These people, there's no low they wouldn't stoop to. They will sleep with any of your family members or friends because they know that's going to hurt you. They always looking to just twist that knife in your back as hard and as far as they can. And that's why they always trying to learn what will hurt you the most. And they do that on their way out to make sure that it hurt like hell and you can't recover from it. Nobody wants to know that they sister or mama or somebody slept with their partner. That's the killer.
That's exactly what they want to do. When they're on the way out, they want an explosion.
Yeah.
They want your life to explode in dissatisfaction. They want you to be down, depressed, defeated, off balance. They want you in a place where you will not come back. Because their greatest fear, the greatest fear of this devil is exposure. When you come back and you expose them, oh no, that person did this. Oh no, that was them the whole time. And then you start to live your life. Guys, when you start living your life, y'all don't even understand what that does to them. You're thinking I'm out here, I'm not even answering all of these things they done told all these people about me, and they done threw my name under the bus and say that I do this and I do that, and I don't even do this kind of stuff. But what you don't see is that everybody around you is watching. Everybody around you is watching, and they're watching for how you turned out and how they turned out. Guys, trust and believe. Every narcissist has a horrific ending. Their life gradually, that's their punishment, for their life to gradually get worse every single day. That's their punishment. That's their karma.
Because they don't like growth. Change is growth. And they're not going to change, so they're never going to grow. And that's why they're never going to be blessed. Then they can watch somebody but that's why I hate when people say that they don't care about people. They do. They have certain people that could pass away in their family that they truly care about, because I've met some like that. But they can watch these people pass away and literally stare death in the face and not care and go and do somebody dirty, because that's just how evil they are and how their minds are made up. They
Yes.
don't want to do right by no means by nobody
No.
because it's about power. If they do this person right, this person is going to require more. They want to give you what they want you to have, far as treatment, love, anything. It's what at their discretion. And they don't want you to have that power to be able to control how much you get. So they're gonna give you breadcrumbs, and you're either gonna take it or leave it. And if you decide that you want to go against it, that's when they're gonna leave. That's when they're gonna ghost you. They always got to do something to try to break you where they can get you under control. It's to get that power back. When they leave, no, you got the power. They just trying to get it back.
There you go.
Mm.
There you go. And we be too scared to just just shut up. Just shut up. You can't go no contact, then just shut up. Let me just shut up. Say that to yourself. Let me just shut up. You know what? I done said too much in this. Let me just shut up. That's what I need to do. I need to just shut up. Because guess what? Talking to this person, guys, y'all don't understand. That's how you give a narc power.
Mhm.
When you won't just shut up. Just shut it down. Just shut it down. A narc depends on that friction.
Mm.
They depend on the friction. If you're not giving them friction, they can't do anything with you. They can't manipulate you. They can't lie to you. You ain't asking a question. How is a narc gonna lie to you if you don't ask them a question? I wouldn't ask a narcissist nothing. I wouldn't ask them what time it is. I wouldn't ask them what day it is.
Mhm.
Ask them what planet we on.
Because they're going to make sure they don't give you the right answer. It's all about confusion. They will give you the wrong answer knowing you're going to argue with them, and that's all they want.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's all they wanted, was to throw you off balance. Everything with them is all about, I tricked you.
Yeah.
They can say, I tricked you.
Mhm.
They feel they won. And as long as you stay there, as long as you gonna go to battle with them. Oh no, you ain't outsmart me. You ain't tricked me. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I saw you. What you did? You a lie. You did this. You did that. Blah blah blah. And you just look. You just upset yourself. You getting your blood pressure ran up. And listen, y'all. Both of y'all, you and the narc, both of y'all know that the narc is lying about everything. Y'all both know that they lying. They sitting there arguing with you, keeping the argument going, knowing that they lying. And you know they lying, but you want the confession. You want them to confess that they're wrong, that they lying. It ain't never gonna happen. They looking at you like, if I sit here and tell this lie long enough and stick to it, you gonna start to question your reality.
Yeah.
That's a spell, ladies and gentlemen. You questioning your reality. That's the spell.
Mhm.
As long as you're not standing on solid ground, people, that's a spell. Just don't participate. You want to break the spell? Shut up.
Mhm.
It's over. It's over. Because guess what? You got to keep communicating with them to keep that
Yes.
spell going.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Gotta keep communicating. The minute that's why no contact, boy, that's a stinger that's too big for the narcissist.
yeah.
It's too, they can't handle it. It shows them who's in control. Because one thing that you were never, while you was in that relationship with the narc, was in control. Okay?
Yeah.
You was never in control. And now you're in control.
Mhm.
Let me add to that too. And us, we are some talkers. So when we go silent, they know because we love to talk. We
Yeah.
Yeah.
love to ask questions.
Come on.
We love to ask, why are you doing this? Why don't you love me? Why this?
Yes.
Why that? But when you, that gets them. And then when they try to get around it and can't get to you,
Say that.
Oh, they like, oh, this person has grown cold. This person don't love me.
Come
This
on.
person don't want me.
Come on.
And that's what makes them fight harder for your attention, because it's now up to a point where they want to prove that they still matter. But
Come
when you continue to get them ice cubes in that vein,
on.
that's the stinger for them. Because that's what I got in my veins, ice cubes for these narcs. They ain't getting nothing but that. They can get a drink of cold water.
Come on.
Mm.
That's what it
And
is.
I think also with Knox, I don't believe what psychology says that they were abused as children. They were not abused as children. They are people who made a choice at one point to
It
accept.
is
So
just
these have been children who were initiated into witchcraft or willingly went to a warlock or a witch to get powers
come
in
on.
order to get ahead in life.
And you know
That's
what,
it.
y'all? Let's see.
Nobody was abused. I don't think they were abused.
But you know what though, Harriet?
Not all.
And again, I totally agree with that. And I've said that hundreds of times.
Yeah.
They made a choice. That's all that was. But we have to bring a different face to what a
Yes.
witch and a warlock actually looks like. Because see,
Yes.
when we hear that, remember, someone told us a vision
Hmm.
watching that TV, and we think that a witch and a warlock has a certain look to them. We don't think that they look just like that person you laying next to.
Hmm.
We don't think it, so we don't see it.
Hmm.
That is their disguise. That's that mask. And when you can't see them, is that.
Hmm.
That's how they're able to do all of the evil that they're doing on a daily basis.
Hmm. And as a witch, when they get to as a witch, when they get to a certain stage as well, I think they have to initiate one of their children or their family members. And in my case, I think because I had been in a situation with my mom for a very, very long time, it was a point of initiation. So she kept on asking me, you've been through a lot in life. You've struggled with relationships and all of those things. I can take you to a place where you can get a garnishing for your life. And when she said a garnishing for your life, what she actually meant was that to be initiated.
There you go.
I can tell you right now, hand on my heart, before God, when I was 8 years old, this was back in my country. When my mother came back to my country to visit us, I was very young, 8 years old. She took me to like this witch doctor, and they gave me this black stuff to eat. This was when I was very, very young. So as
Wow.
I was growing up, and I turned, let's say, 18, it seems my mom wanted me to go down the route of being a single mother and all of those things. And she kept on giving me advice, your friends are getting houses, because in UK, you get a house when you become a single mother.
Mm.
Your friends are getting houses and things like that. Why do you want to go to uni? And these comments that she would normally make. And I used to think, their parents want them to go to uni and not become single mothers, but it seems as though you want your children to become single mothers. Okay, that's neither here nor there. I ended up going to uni, but as let's say I hit 30, I realized that my love life was all over the place.
Mm.
And it was just the guys that I was attracting were not guys that were suitable. I would say that's the nicest way to put it. Some of them were very abusive. Some of them were just not suitable. And it was the same recurring pattern. Some of them we weren't even the same sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same occurring pattern. And I was thinking, I sat down, I said, something is wrong here. So I did a 2-month fast. I took time off work. I did a 2-month fast. I was just at home. I said, God, I cannot take this anymore. I did a 2-month fast. And after that fast, guess who came to my house? My mother. She brought food. She said, you have to eat. And I said to her, I live alone. In terms of food, why are you bringing me these types of food? She's like, no, you have to eat. You don't eat enough and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, just leave it. We'll go to a restaurant. We went to a restaurant. And later on, she went home. A couple of days later, my mom had called me and asked me, did you eat that food? I said, no.
Wow.
1 week later, she asked me again the same question. I said, no, I've just kept it in my fridge. Do you know when she asked me the second time, I literally took the food, went into the garden, threw it away. A
Wow.
couple of months later, I had all these rashes all over my body. And I
Wow.
was like, what is this? And in my car, I started seeing cobwebs.
Mm.
Cobwebs. Apparently, cobwebs is a sign of witchcraft. If somebody comes to your house and they are not supposed to be there or they bring evil, you see cobwebs. So I
Wow.
started seeing that and I was like, wow. So later on, once we were just talking and she said to me, when she said about the initiation thing, and then she had done this, tried to feed me, and then there's rashes on my skin. I thought, no, something is definitely seriously wrong here. So one day I said to her that, Mom, what happened to me as a child? What has gone on? Because it's almost as if I take 2 steps forward, I take 4 steps backwards. I don't understand anything. My life has no direction. The only thing is I eat, go to work, come back home. That's it.
Because
It's I, and
that's how she.
yeah, it's very, very strange. And she's like, well, you cried a lot as a child, but I don't know. She didn't really give me any answers.
There you go. She
So
was
what I did was,
good though.
so in October of I think 2023, I stopped talking to her.
Mm.
In December
When you think about
2023,
when you think about
2023, I stopped giving her money. January of the following year, I met my husband.
mm, wow.
So, so she has something that, and the thing is, we have family members
Mm.
who don't talk to her because of this. But growing up, she always told us, oh, those family members are jealous of her. That's why they don't talk to her. But to be honest, that's the covenant, that's the altars she brings. She builds altars of anti-marriage, and then in your life, will that then encourage you not to get married. In your life,
That's
she will encourage you by giving you food. The thing that she uses food and items of clothing or gifts.
Mm.
That's because she didn't want you to be attractive to a man. She didn't want you
Yes,
to have a better life than her, a
yes,
husband, a happy life. She wanted
Yeah.
you to be exactly where she is in life. And that's what narcissistic mothers do.
yes,
They sabotage their daughters because they
yes,
are jealous of them. And they know
yes,
that we can be what they aren't. And they put it in our heads that we're not going to be ish. And they tell
yes,
us that when we're a child. No one's going to want you. You're just like your
yes,
father. You're going to do
yes,
this. You're not going to do that. They beat that in our heads to the
Mm.
point where when we get older, we listen to the choices that they make for us in men, the
yes,
choices that they make for us in life. And that's the
yes.
path that I went down. And it took for me to get older, to
To realize,
go, yeah, to get away from her. And
yeah,
me and her had really just started talking back right before she passed away. And
hmm,
so we didn't really get to establish anything because I didn't know anything about narcissism, but I knew I just didn't want to deal with her because she was no good for me. And
yes,
sometimes you cut people off because they are hindering you and that they're not speaking anything positive into your life.
There you
And
go.
you
yeah,
just don't want to be around them.
yeah,
And also, you know, you think about it. If she wanted you to be a certain thing in life, well, what did she show you? Did she say this is how you be a good wife right here? You do this and you do that, and they check you to make sure you're on point to be that.
hmm,
They're not doing that. They're not doing that because they're not planning for you to be one.
no. She didn't plan for either me or my sister to be wives, you
Because
know.
she was training y'all to be providers for her. That's
Mm.
why.
Exactly.
Because she didn't
Whoa,
have a
Exactly.
man, so
whoa,
she needed providers.
Yes,
whoa. Put
exactly. And when you don't have children to look after or any responsibilities, you're just going to work to make money, then that would be it.
that's
And
it.
also be very careful in giving narcissists your money.
Mm.
I think my money was a covenant in the spiritual realm. So what was happening was every time I was giving her money, my finances was all over the place. But now I budget, I look at, I know exactly where every penny is going to. They
There,
will mess with your finances spiritually.
there you go.
And
I
there's
mean,
witchcraft.
that's something that Keisha spoke about. Like, you know,
Yeah,
the energy coming from them when you
yeah,
deal with them on any level,
yes,
going to affect you in a bad way. No
yes,
matter what, if you sharing money, your money's gonna get affected. If you just
yes,
talking to them, you're gonna be affected. Just having
yes,
that line, that attachment with them, it's
yes,
going to be a bad situation every time. It's never, we don't have any proof anywhere of, you know, okay, we could just talk to them and we could just kick it with them and everything will be all right. Because that's not what they're here for. They're
yes,
expecting for you later on in life to make sure they put those roadblocks in place so that,
yes,
hey, you know, I never taught you how to be a wife. How you going to get a husband out here?
yes,
You know, no, they teaching you how to be a husband. Look,
yeah,
look, yeah, I'm gonna build you. I'm gonna show you how to be a man. You get this,
yeah,
you get this money, and you do that, and okay, but hold up. What about everything else? You
yeah,
know, they want you. No, they want you in a situation where you handicap, and when
yeah,
you get around a man, you ain't even feeling feminine. You like, well, you going to work, I'm going to work. We going okay. How we doing this?
mm-hmm,
You're not bringing anything feminine around masculinity, then
mm-hmm,
it's going to be difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult to
mm-hmm,
be with a masculine man anyway.
mm-hmm,
You know? And I'm saying the same thing for the other side. You know, a man who doesn't raise his child, his son,
mm-hmm,
to be a man, to be a husband, he ain't
mm-hmm,
gonna be one.
mm-hmm,
Exactly what y'all complaining about right now. Like, man, where did they get these fools from? Yeah,
mm-hmm,
yeah. Go look at how they was raised. They wasn't raised to be husbands. That's why they not husbands. And that's what makes the dating situation out here so much more difficult because people just raising them up and then letting it. How you gonna let a child figure it out?
mm-hmm,
That is crazy.
mm-hmm.
You just grow up and figure out what you want to be and what you want to do. No, to be a good husband, to be a good wife, somebody got to be instilling that in you from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
One day you're going to be a wife. One day you're going to be somebody's husband. And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to need to know this, you're going to need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not teaching that to your children, guess what they're going to be? We just think that, oh, nature going to teach them.
Yeah,
Not. No, it's
yeah,
nature is not going to teach us nothing
mm-hmm.
because when you think about it, if nature would teach all of us, then everything would be all good.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a bunch of people. Most people don't even know how to be in a relationship with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't.
You know,
If you ain't been taught how to be in one, then usually you're not going to be in one. Yeah,
you
you
know,
can just dysfunctional relationships. Yeah, that's what's going. Okay, that's what I'm used to seeing. So we
Mm-hmm.
think it's normal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not until you around somebody that's not normal. Ain't nothing normal about that. Mm-mm.
you know, and I think that's where a lot of men need other men to teach them how to be a husband. Because if a woman is teaching her son how to be a husband, you're teaching him how to be a husband to you. You don't know what that woman that he's going to meet is going to require or how she deserves to be loved. So a woman cannot teach her son how to be a husband to another woman. And that's why they need that male role model, and a lot of men are not teaching their boys that, because, and their boys are looking up to them, seeing them running through women, and they want to be just like their dad. And then you got the women want to be HOEs just like their mom, get men for money, dig for gold. Nobody wants to settle down and have a real relationship or marriage anymore. It's all about what can you do for me or what can I get from you in exchange for what I'm giving. And that's all it is out there now. And this is what, and the internet's feeding into it too, because I see a lot of men who claim they have been in relationships with narcissistic women, and then they build their clientele up and their following, and then now you got them just in the kitchen cooking with their shirts off. It's all now they're selling this, their bodies and stuff like that. It's like, and then you got people like, I'm not gonna even name drop, but this dude gets on my nerve. One minute he's giving women advice, and now he switched it up on women and blaming women for why men are acting this way. And this is what the internet is doing nowadays. It's so confusing that everybody is saying what you need to hear to get to where they need to be, and then they flip it on you and jump on the man's side. They're not transparent anymore.
There, there you have it. When you get on the internet and the internet's that engine starts feeding you, you start saying what you think it want you to say, instead of telling people what it really is. And at the end of the day, we both need work. At the end of the day, ain't nobody taught us how to be good men. Ain't nobody taught y'all how to be good women. Ain't nobody taught us how to be husbands. Ain't nobody teaching y'all how to be wives. And that's how we got to where we are. That's how we got to where we are. And at the end of the day, that's how we gonna fix it. Because see, like it or not, you can duck it all you want, but we was made for each other. Men and women were made for each other. That's just what it is. We all know it. We all know it. But, you got this devil out here that's just, this devil out here that's just keeping everything upside down. And then it's feeding us, y'all, relationship ain't nothing. You don't want that. That's what the machine is feeding us every single day. Oh man, these women ain't no good out here. Look at them. They cheat, they this, they that, they act like men. They the worst version of men. That's the internet is pushing that agenda all day long. So if that's all you see all day, even though you know that it ain't true with everybody, that's what you see, so that's what you believe. And if you believe that wholeheartedly, and it ain't just the internet, it's a system in place. Why? And we don't even ask those questions. Why does the internet and this system push separation between men and women? Why is it pushing it so hard? And we're not even stopping to think for 1 second of what's going on around us right now. We're not even looking at how much this world is changing. Guys, when you see the world changing like it's changing right now, we are totally, completely distracted by this male and female war against each other. So now your family has been attacked and most of the families have been destroyed. So now this devil is attacking the children. Why? Because ain't no foundation around the children. So the children, that's your future. That's your future. Y'all think we got it hard right now? What you think they're gonna be doing in 20 years? When these children, the ones that are still being born, because even the birth rate is desperately low. What y'all think the children gonna be saying in 20, 25 years? They not even gonna have a clue. They don't even understand what marriage was that. Guys, that's how you destroy the future. That's how this devil, that's what he's trying to do. But again, y'all, always remember this. Even though I threw that scenario out there, this devil first of all, he ain't got a plan for the future for real. Everything in his plan is about destruction. That's why he can't win. That's why he will never win. That's why he don't have no power, because everything he does is anchored in something negative. And that's why you can't lose. Yeah, I know that sounds a little crazy, right? You can't lose, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, You can't lose. Every day you wake up, you
Mm-hmm.
we ain't even gonna go down that road. Yes, we do. Every day you wake up, you won.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot lose in this. This
Mm-hmm.
devil was allowed to lie, cheat, and steal from us to
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
this entire time. And now we see we see the devil behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. As long as we're exposing it,
Mm-hmm.
this devil cannot win because his power is in him being hidden.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot trick you if he is not hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all, that was an excellent show with y'all today.
Yeah.
What y'all gonna leave the people with? Hey, how you feeling tonight, Harry? We're gonna let you lead the people first or something. Tell them what you got to tell
I
them.
think I think we I think yes, narcissist abuse opens our eyes to our discernment, but at the same time, they say new levels, new devils. So
Yes.
even though we have discernment, we can't just assume that we know everything that's all around us.
No.
So we need to pray more, get into the word more. That's for me too. Get into the word more to open us up more to our discernment so we can discern things around us and listen to our intuition more. Because spells is not apparent when you meet the person straight away. It takes time communicating with them, talking to them, getting to know them, and then you realize, oh, this is what's going on. But if you have discernment, they will always give you clues. I mean, sometimes the way I pick it up is I will ask them about their spiritual life. Oh, do they pray? What's their relationship with God? And a typical knock would say, oh, that thing, spiritual warfare, what's that about? They will just, tell you it's nothing. So it's one of the for me that's one of the things that I use to kind of find out, okay, is this person of God or is not of God. So discernment is key, but it's also important that we realize that it's important to rise up in God, because we don't know everything that's out there. We also have to be careful about the people who come into our lives and people who speak into our lives,
Mm.
because people can speak into your life just to plant seeds which they have planted in the spiritual realm in the nighttime. They just want to see if it's germinating. So we have to be careful from that perspective, because they know what they are doing. In as much as we may not think they know exactly what they are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I have to add.
Woo, that was beautiful. Get him.
Well, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to say the spell is only as powerful as the person who speaks it. So you
Mhm.
have to speak positivity into your life, no matter how much negativity someone speaks on you. It only works if you speak it with them. So you have the power
Tell them
of
what.
the spell. It could be good or it could be bad. But I want to tell you this. I've said the story of my sister several times who went crazy over a man, and she could not speak life into herself, and she spoke death into her own life, and that became, her path, because she wouldn't allow herself to see positivity at all over a man, because he did her in, and she couldn't see past that. So for the person who asks, how do you break the spell of separation, you have to speak life into yourself. You have to say that I want to live, because the only thing after that is death. And if you don't speak life into yourself, that's what's going to become of you, because you're not going to be able to control your thoughts, and you're going to give up on yourself and your life like my sister did. And she didn't care what happened to her. She didn't care that her health failed. She didn't care about being here anymore. So that's how you break that spell, is look at yourself every day in the mirror and say, I want to live.
Mm.
And that's how you break it.
Amen.
Mm. Good God. Go ahead, woman. Oh boy. Y'all see that steel sharpened steel.
Yes.
Whoo, man, that was powerful. Look here, ladies and gentlemen. What I want to say, Man, we keep trying to find a way to lose, and you can't do it. You trying to find a way to be scared. We thought we found a way to just give up and let the narc win, but you in a place where you realize I can't even do that. I can't even let the narc win because the narc can't win. The narcissist cannot win. I'm gonna say that for the people in the back. The narcissist cannot win. You don't forgot who you was, ladies and gentlemen. You walked into the room and you duck in that mirror. Yeah, a whole lot of y'all ducking when you see the mirror. You don't even want to face that champion that's in the mirror. That's why you can't sit by yourself. That's why you can't just sit alone and look that person right in the eye and tell that person what they need to hear. Tell that person what they need to know. Yeah, you can't do it. Because you ducking you. You ducking your purpose. You think you ducking it. Nah, that day is done. That day is done. We sit around here talking about how we can't stop ruminating, and I'm so hurt about some old good for nothing done lied to me again and done broke my heart and all of it. Heart ain't been broke yet for real. Well, let me take that back. The only heartbreak that you got was you breaking it. Yeah. And that day is done. Absolutely, Nat. We gonna shout out my man Quinn. Yeah, that's indeed. I ain't got nothing but love for Quinn, man. That's my man. Absolutely. But guys, you got a purpose, man. Y'all think God bringing us together for nothing? Just be sitting around here and kicking it. You got a purpose. You got a purpose on your life. And you're going to stop playing with the person in that mirror. Yeah. Because you already see what that person in the mirror going to do to you. A lot of y'all think that, this stuff about the narc, that's what got you all ruminating. I can't get this off my mind. Nah. You for real, we already know that person you was dealing with ain't good for nothing, no way. So you ain't this nothing. Nah, you ruminating because you ain't settled that debt with the person in the mirror yet. You ain't settled that debt with the person in the mirror. And you're going to stop playing with that person in the mirror. Yeah, it's time to stop, man. This game is over. Y'all see how the world is changing. It ain't changing for nothing. This devil on a different mission right now. Yeah. That's right. That's right. A lot of us, man, really don't even realize your greatest fear is that you can absolutely be everything you think you can be. Your biggest fear is going out here and accomplishing everything. Everything. Everything you think. That's the kind of power you got. Everything you think you can be. Everything you think you can do. And you can do stuff that you ain't even thought about. But we're not settling the score with the person in the mirror. We want to sit around here and just make excuses and why I'm not this, why I can't do that. Tell me what you can't do that you set your mind to, and I will show you a liar. Put it in the chat. Show me, put something in the chat that you can't do that you set your mind to doing, except for being a loser. Okay, except for losing. Except for losing. Put it in there. Because it's nothing that you can't do. It ain't nothing more powerful in the universe than a made-up mind. Nothing in this universe more powerful than a made-up mind. So that's your assignment. Make your mind up. Just make your mind up. That's all it's about. I ain't got no magic dust in here. This is about you taking control of your vessel. You in control of your vessel. You let these people put you under a spell that you can break anytime you want. Anytime you want to break it. All you got to do is make your mind up. That's it. What happened, China? You got ejected? How you do that? No, you didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, you get your, listen, make your mind up for what you're going to do. That's it. Make your mind up for what you're going to do. When you make your mind up, it's going to be done. Okay? When you make your mind up, when you finish with it, it's done. Look at you. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Hey, y'all, that's all we got for tonight. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging out. Thanks to Harriet, man. Harriet came through here and dropped some knowledge on us this evening.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, well.
Thank you for having me.
So,
You're welcome.
woo. Uh-oh. You want to get that book, Shawty? Yes, indeed. Shawty said that the month of December is NARC month. Woo. All right, y'all. But we're going to leave y'all just like we came in here with nothing but love, peace, and soul train. See y'all next week, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all enjoy.
Bye, guys.
And have a wonderful time. Thank you to my incredible co-host this evening.
You're welcome.
It was a pure stone cold blast hanging out with y'all.
Bye, guys.